Hello everyone and welcome to round number 1 with our white-black vampire and horses deck. Um, this hand is I'm gonna keep it. It has 4 lands, it has, token producers, and one of the cards we really care about, Radiant Destiny. I don't know what we're playing against, so we could get punished, but yeah, I don't know. It seems okay. We have a lot of, low curve creatures that we can draw into, so as I was saying, yeah, seems good. Seems good. What I really like about this deck is that, it just kind of naturally curves well. The cards at the top aren't, insane, but they pair really well with the other cards in our deck. So I think we just go ahead and get down the Radiant Destiny. Although, maybe not. I guess we can attack. We can attack with this next turn and pump it up. Yeah, that seems to be better. We may even just want to save Radiant Destiny for the blowout. We could play Call of the Feast, make them think, geez, I hope they don't have, some sort of pump spell, and then boom, Radiant Destiny. This looks like it could be the Hadana's Climb Constrictor deck, even though we haven't seen a black source. It's kind of, I don't know, looking that way. Definitely want to keep the Legion's Lieutenant around for as long as possible. Let's see if they want to make this trade with the Branchwalker. I wouldn't think they would want to, but okay, well that's fine. So we get ourselves a token, and let's go ahead and make some more tokens. Let's see, so next turn we have 15 power attacking, assuming nothing dies here. Although our opponent's probably going to play Rishkar and kill our Legion's Lieutenant, but that's okay if that's how they want to spend their turn. Well, now he has to kill the Legion's Lieutenant, or else he just won't be able to. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that we pick vampires here. Oh, thank God, that was the right choice. I guess we can attack. There's really no harm in doing so. I mean, we lose a creature here, but we get in for 6, which I think is good to keep pressure on our opponent here. Vraska's Contempt. And Jade Light Ranger. Okay, so they bend the Contempt. Okay. Yeah, I think we just call it to the feast. Although... Yeah. I considered attacking with the Sheffet Dunes, but... because that would mean that... no, they wouldn't even have to block. We could trade their board, but I think that this is just overall better. Then next turn we should have lethal, I think, with the Sheffet Dunes. Okay, so if we blow the Sheffet Dunes, we have 18. They can trade their entire board with ours. I guess they... yeah, so they'll trade... they'll be able to block... so 6 will get through, but they won't have any creatures. Yeah, I think that that's just worth it. And we can sacrifice this Deadlands just to so we can Sheffet Dunes again next turn. We'll lose 3 of our creatures. That seems okay. Yep. We'll lose 3 creatures. They'll go to 5. We'll have 3 creatures on the board next turn. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so they do have black sources. Maybe it's not your normal Constrictor deck. Interesting. Well, I think we just Dunes again. Yeah. Okay, well, that was fun. Don't really know what their deck's doing because we didn't see the Constrictor. It could be some sort of, I guess, like Merfolk deck, but we didn't see any of the, normal Merfolk tribal cards either. Huh. Yeah, it's really hard to say what to board against them, because I think we just go wider and their creatures aren't large enough to, I think, trade with our tokens profitably. I mean, maybe Profane Procession, but I don't even know if that's good here necessarily. Don't think that's good. Yeah, I don't think we need to board anything in yet. Also, I don't know why we only have 14 cards in our sideboard. Something got messed up whenever I joined this league, I think. Yeah, I have 15 cards. What the hell? Okay, so we should have an extra Fatal Push in our sideboard. Hopefully that doesn't punish us too hard today. Yeah, I mean, this hand seems fine. Go ahead and play out Legion's Landing. Okay. I think just run out a Martyr Dusk here. I'm assuming they have some sort of removal for our Legion Lieutenant, so I think what we'll do is we'll play next turn Queen's Commission, and then we'll save Legion's Lieutenant for a larger attack. Save a swamp and 5 other cards. We also want to keep the pressure up against decks like this that have, counter magic available, because the more we play out, the more they're forced to play out and tap out, which means that they aren't countering things like our Radiant Destinies or our token producing spells. So yeah, I mean, thinking back to last game, if you go back and watch, our opponent actually had to bin and negate, which probably is a good card against our deck. We do have a lot of creatures, but really the threat in our deck comes from spells like Call to the Feast and Radiant Destiny and, like Queen's Commission and things like that. So they probably didn't like that they had to bin the negate, but The cool thing about decks like this, where even though you're kind of relying on spells, is that you put enough pressure onto your opponent, especially with things that they can't really interact with, like the dunes, that they're forced to kind of respect the board state, and that, you know, in a way acts as a deterrent to them playing counter magic, because they just can't, or else they're behind. Also, it's important to note that we just had a really good draw last game and got way ahead on the board and forced our opponent to have to play that way. Naturalize, eh? I just realized I had myself muted. What I was going to say is, we'll play out the Queen's Commission here because it forces them to use either two removal spells would work, or naturalize our Legion's Landing, which they don't seem to be doing. Okay, so that's their removal spell, I guess. We'll go ahead and take that and make them use their ballista to keep us from flipping. We could probably play out the Legion's Lieutenant then. Ooh. That's spicy. We'll go ahead and play the Sanctuary here. We have nothing that's going to cost. I guess maybe we shouldn't have done that, because we could have played Sun. Yeah, that was bad. I just assumed that they were going to use their ballista here, so maybe they aren't. Okay. Okay. Good, and attack. Next turn we can play our Crested Sunmare and get a horsey. Well, two horses to be exact. And once again, we have enough pressure on the board with our Legion's Landing flipping and the Legion's Lieutenant that they kind of have to do something about it this turn, thus limiting their options. That also means that they have to choose between our Legion's Landing flipping and our Legion Lieutenant dying, because they don't have mana for both of those things. Okay. So it looks like they're going to be targeting our Legion's Landing. We'll go ahead and take the 5 damage. It doesn't really matter. We're going to be probably getting it back anyway. through our lifelink. It's a good draw as well. Don't really think there's any value in using our dunes here. Here comes the naturalize. Oh, no naturalize. Okay. And now comes the naturalize, I guess. No. Okay. Well, that's still fine. I was thinking maybe they had some sort of counter magic available, but that's not the case. Next turn, we have a choice between playing out our Sheffet Dunes and attacking, which I think is probably the choice, or creating another, just getting value from this. We're going to be making more horses as this goes on. It's a dope looking card. I have to be honest, I wasn't really thrilled to play this deck. I don't know. The token strategy to me isn't, I don't want to say it's not exciting, but it's not really what I'm all about. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. I thought it would be kind of linear, but it seems like it gives you some options, which is nice. Okay. So it looks like they're on the kill our token plan, I guess. Which is fine with me. So I think we keep this Legion's Landing back. Go ahead and move to combat. They're forced to use their ballista or we get another horse. So they'll block, yeah. We'll do that. We'll play out our second Legion's Landing, I think. Yep. Sure. How much does this take? Three. Okay. So yeah, we have enough mana to do this. This deters them from attacking because we will get another horse. The other cool thing I like about this deck is the Crested Sunmare. You know, there are a lot of ways to go with vampires, but, you know, taking advantage of their life gain, this just kind of gives you late game inevitability, unless they, you know, are able to remove it. Because, like, I mean, we have this, you know, we have our Allegiance Landing flipped. So each turn we can just create lifelink creatures that they have to deal with, or else we're basically trading, you know, a 1/1 lifelinker for a 5/5. Just going to... Okay. I guess they can get a Martyr of Dusk and a Gaunty if they really want it. But once again, like, don't exactly know how they're winning this battle, to be honest. Okay, so yes. Oh, do I not have an option to tap that? Oh well. I thought I had I thought there was like a time on Moto where I have priority to tap the land before I sacrifice it, so I could have, you know, made another token. But alas, that is not the case. So our opponent goes to 7. We get another horse. There's no Ravenous Chupacabras or anything of that nature. What are you getting back? Gaunty. Okay. Well, this is going to get interesting. So our opponent's on some sort of weird Sultai mid-range deck. Looks kind of like a brew that's just for some reason not playing Winding Constrictor, but playing a lot of creatures that have Explore. Huh, okay. Well, I guess they drew a pretty good card. Hmm. I think we still name vampires. So we're able to make vampire token to block with. But our opponent is definitely ahead right now. We need some like call to the feast or something like that. No, they have the naturalize for that. I forgot. Okay, well. Let's see, if we attack here, they block with Gaunty and Branchwalker, and then they're able to get Branchwalker back. Man. We may be done for this game. At least now we know what our opponent's playing. Yep. So our opponent is going to get 2 scries, drain us for 2. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I think we just make a guy block. Hmm. It's so awkward because they still are able to do that even if we fatal push it. And then they're able to get it back with the Scarab God, so until we have a way to get rid of Scarab God, we're pretty screwed. So we could, like, ping the Martyr of Dust. Good news is our opponent's at almost the 5-minute mark on time with the game left to play, assuming they win this. See where the counters go first. Guess we can get rid of this to see the battlefield better. Yeah, I think we just go ahead and Fatal Push the Martyr of Dust. Okay. Vraska's Contempt. Go ahead and make a token. Okay, so is there any way that we can block this profitably? Throw that in front of that, throw that in front of that, I guess. Okay, let's go ahead on to game 3 then. I have to go back and watch that and see if there were things that I could have maybe done better. So now that we know what we're playing against, I think Profane Procession definitely something that we want. Tricky thing is figuring out what to cut here. Maybe this is awkward because of their Gaunty. But we do have Thopter Arrest. Decisions. So maybe we want to get rid of a Sunmare, and I like the idea of Twilight Prophet. It's because it has evasion and it gives us card advantage. Still don't know that we want this in this matchup. Maybe we just want one Profane Procession, because we do have a lot of exiling effects. Yeah, we'll try it like this. Well, this is a good hand, but it's an awkward hand. I still think it's probably worth keeping. We do have life gain, so I mean, even though we're taking a lot of pain for the land, it kind of evens itself out in some ways. And yield through their turn. Okay, yeah, I kind of think we just go aggro here. Next turn we can play Radiant Destiny. Also, this starts us on our life gain path with, you know, since we're playing all these deserts. Please, no fatal push. Okay, sure. No. So this is a Winding Constrictor deck. I stand corrected. Vampires would be awesome to draw a Call to the Feast next turn. Wow. This deck is insane. Little fun interaction here. If you're ever playing against a Winding Constrictor deck and they have Winding Constrictors out, the counter portion of Winding Constrictor also applies if you're applying negative counters to their creatures. So every If Near Dead lands now puts 4 1/1 counters on instead of 2, and that, you know, multiplies as they have more constrictors. Okay. Well, they are really counting on us not being able to blow them out here. Yep. Unfortunate that we didn't draw land. Let's see, so next turn they can flip their Hedonist Climb. Can they start climbing next turn too? Yeah. Huh? Seems okay. Okay, well that's rough. We really need some sort of removal. Yep. Ugh. Okay, well that's something. Okay, let's make sure we're not going to die next turn. So they can Hedonist Climb their branch or their Constrictor and make it a 12/12. Just don't know about this. I kind of want to flip the Legion's Landing so we can play other things. I know we're throwing away a Legion's Lieutenant here, but okay. So we can play a Martyr of Dust after this. The lifelink is important. That's fine. You gonna take 8? No. Okay. Okay, well, Our opponent's going to be able to do a ton of damage with their Hedonist Climb if they choose to. But if they do that, I think we just crack back and kill them. So that's kind of nice. Next turn, we can call to the feast, which should hopefully be enough to close this out. Okay. We just go ahead and attack here like this. Okay. Yep. Yep. So go to 5. I think we just go I think we just go ahead and play Twilight Prophet. Okay, so we have a lot. If they can't remove our Prophet, we could just win the game off of that. I wouldn't count on it, but it's possible. We can also now Deadlands them. Shoot. Okay. 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 No attacks. Maybe they don't know that we have the city's blessing. I mean, it's kind of right there, but oh crap, was that wrong? I actually think we have to Deadlands here so they don't like combo kill us with Hedonist Climb. If we had done one more damage on our flip, we could have oh, thank God. Okay, so we may be okay now. What I was gonna say, if we had done one more damage, we could have sacrificed our Sheffet Dunes there and got in for lethal with the Twilight Prophet. This is a close game. Okay. They can't Hedonist Climb kill us here. Next turn we can restock with Call the Feast. Yeah. Oh, we just win. Okay, sweet. So taking down the winner of Grand Prix Memphis, although probably not the same deck. Alright, so we are 1-0 with White Black Vampires. Pretty sweet. Let's jump into round